Let me bring it over here for a minute. That plate goes on here. That box goes on the plate right here. And there was nothing hooked up to it. This blue box also goes on that plate up here. There's another box that goes up under here. It's all Velcroed in, but, and this was the switch for the squirt. Down, down, center, momentary. Momentary means that when you hold it up, you let it go, it stops. So that's off, center, momentary. You see here, it's showing a phono plug of sort, which it could be either one of these. I'm thinking it's this one. Let me see what it looks like over here. This looks like it goes this way. According to the labels in this, it goes this way. So if that's the case, the only one here is going to work. And I'm not going to put this on now, I'm just trying to get an idea, would be this one. So that one must go into there. And here's the fuse for it. And the wire is coming out of the bottom. Yes, okay. So now where does this one go? Well, I think this one, if I remember right, I gotta check it again, goes in here. I got a 360 camera. I'll use that one tomorrow. So let me put these back, and I'm going to start labeling these tomorrow as well. Okay, so here's what we got so far. We got power to it. We know it's 12 volt. It's saying that it has a charger according to the user's guide, the handbook. But it shows it being, on the other paper, a plug-in that you just attach to. Now, which is which? I don't know. This could be a charger. But I'm not going to know until I can get it fired up and I can take some voltages on it. And with the charger, there should be a couple of variables. There's a couple of screws, or at least one variable, I would think. Well, maybe not, because they wouldn't want somebody screwing with it and overcharging the battery. That may not even be a battery charger, I don't know. Okay, so we've got a back capacitor there, which I have over there. I took it out right in there. So tomorrow, I'm going to start putting a little time into this. Back capacitor, we got to see if we can find out what it is. Educated guess may help, but we also have to find out why it went. I mean, regardless, if this was on, it shouldn't blow. And if it was on charger, it shouldn't blow. I don't know. I'm gonna have to start checking some of the fuses. That's a that's not a fuse. That looks like a diode. I'm really concerned about why it's telling me. Let me put the camera here for a minute and see if there's something in there that I don't see. It's probably too dark in there. I got to get my little bright light out. Hook it up. I'm just trying to get an idea what's in there so I don't have to start ripping shit apart. Okay. Alright, so once we get that, we got to figure out why it had gone to start with. And then we'll take it from there. Now I can start checking for shorts with switches and things tomorrow. That's a piece of cake. Do it with an ohmmeter. Check some of the fuses. I check some. I'll put them all back in. And I can start running, you know, continuity checks on a lot of this wire. But again, not knowing the system, it's kind of tough. You know, so I got to deal with it. For some reason, I'm thinking this is the battery charger, but I don't know what's behind it. Oh, there is something back here. Let me get the light back there again. Maybe that'll help. I don't know if that's going to help or not. Oh, you know what I got? I can use tomorrow. I'll use it. I got a snake. Alright, so anyway, we got to figure it out. Now, if I can get a hold of whoever it is that made this thing, and tomorrow I'll look through all this just to find out for sure. And I'll get a hold of them, or try to find out. And then I want to call Chuck, because I was told that he had done some work or looking at this. So he may have found out some stuff on it that I can utilize. So, and that's one of the reasons why I want to do the videos on everything, because I want to have it documented so that I can go back to it if I need to, or if somebody else takes over, they'll know what I've done. Because apparently there's been quite a few hands in this thing, and not knowing what was wrong. I'm glad I came back here. Here's my phone. And I really forgot all about it. Not knowing what the original cause was. Why did it stop? Did it just stop going? You know, did it stop, you know, charging? Did it blow up the battery? I mean, what happened? You know, at least it'll give me some idea as to where I should start looking. This is my radio room for you guys who haven't seen it. 2 computers, naturally, extra monitor. Got to have a TV. There's a Yaesu 1200. There's an Icom 718. There's an Yaesu 891. There's a Yaesu 400. There's an Astron power supply. There's a Linko 638. There's another Icom under there. That's 23 or 2800. I don't remember. There's another one up here. This is a real carbon knockoff. This is a QIT KT8900. It's like a $50 radio. I use that a lot of times at night on the web, not the web, AuxNet, but most of the time I use the Alinco. This is my 12-volt power source coming in through a fuse. What feeds this is I got batteries back there, Group 31 deep cycles, that's being charged through the wind turbine and the solar panel. That wire comes up here. There's a number 4 and a number 6 coming up here. Some of it is constant on, some of it is on off with the switch. This one here is variable, so I can plug in and change it. This is a shut-off relay. There's a light underneath for the dog door, and when I shut the lights off, that senses darkness, turns on those lights, so it's just basically a sensor. Up here I got my handhelds, frequency counters. Over here, solder stations. This is where I do a lot of my little repairs. That's why I really don't have everything back there. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more computers. Up there we got gateways, switches, extra microphones for the ham radio, 2 antenna analyzers, whatever else is up there. There's a flotilla radio, the one off in the back. The one in the front is just my marine radio. Charging system there, magnetics and tools and so on and so forth. And then down here I got a lot of programming. Oh, there's another computer down there. There's programs down there for the radios, as well as all the programming cables. And then there's a lot of other stuff down there. But that's, oh, and over here I got the printer. And up there I got a small vinyl cutter. Over here I have 2 phones that are no SIMs in them. There's they're both Galaxy Notes. I think there's a 3 and a 4 there, and I use those for certain things just on the net real quick, and that's about it. Oh, and then there's more stuff up there. There's some of the manuals I keep on programming and the radios and stuff like that. These are the microphones for each radio, so I can just pull it down, talk on it, and it's not taking up my counter space. This switch here shuts off the power on anything that's 12 volt. From here over to there. There's also 12 volt over there with USBs and lighter plugs. USBs, lighter plugs. And all my radios work on this over here. Yeah, all these. Alright. Now, if I go that way, I turn on the Astron, and then everything works on the power supply. Beep, beep, beep. So that's how that works. So, and again, it's always being charged. And I really don't have to worry about it. And everything's fused. Ground bar goes down underneath this. There's another big ground bar, and that's grounded out into the ground. And now here, let's see if I can turn it on, if I can find the switch. Okay, this is an electrical panel, and I made it through the wall antenna connector. So those are all my antennas that are outside, and there's room for more. So I can just screw them into the outside and then screw them in here, and I don't have to worry about it. And up here I made a chart, so I don't have to worry about that. These are a couple of my boys that have passed. There's a green screen up here if I need it, and there's another one in the back. Yeah, okay. Alright, so anyway guys, let me turn everything off here. I'm going in, and that